I do have a guest joining me today. Her name is Vickie Rubin, and Vickie has a story that most people never even consider. I mean, have you ever thought about what would happen if you had a child who had a disability or somehow wasn't the quote normal child? I'm not sure what a normal child is, but wasn't quote the normal child that the parents usually hope for. I suspect most of us don't really go there in our thought patterns unless we're having a really bad day. But Vickie actually had to experience that, and she ended up writing a book about it called Raising Jess, A Story of Hope. She's going to tell us a little bit about the book and a little bit about herself, and we're going to find out more about her. So, Vickie, thank you for joining me on the program. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Glad to have you. So tell us a story. I mean, like the 10,000 foot view story, because I know you got the story in a book, and there's probably not enough time to read the whole book. But
no, I mean, I could if everyone wants to just hang out for a little bit. I'll read the whole.
Did you have an audio version of the book? I'm curious.
I am actually working on that. I want to do an audio version. And one thing that people have told me is that they can read the book almost in an evening because they don't want to. Oh my God, my alarm's going off. That we're going to do a.
See, that's what happens here on the show. We have so much energy going on. We set phones off. I mean, it's amazing what goes on.
Okay. I guess I'm doing the podcast now.
There you go.
Alarm just went off. Anyway, I was one of those people who never considered that we were going to have a child with a disability, and it totally changed our life. But it's not a bad thing. Nobody would wish for their child to have a disability, but what our daughter Jessica has brought into our life is more than I will ever be able to give her. She has changed me and my family. So I'll give you a little history. Okay. And I'll try to do it from 10,000 feet. So,
so we are up in our airplane. We have our goggles on. We have the binoculars.
Really
okay,
fast.
We're ready.
So, undergrad, went to University of Miami, met my husband there, and I had my degree in elementary education, and I thought I would be an elementary education teacher one of these days. Didn't have real career goals. And, I'm originally from Long Island, and my husband was from Buffalo, and he moved me up from Miami to Buffalo, which a lot of people went, "Oh, you went in the wrong direction, girl." What are you doing?
It is quite an extreme, I have to say, yes.
Yes, it was quite an extreme. And so, I got here, I was young, I was substitute teaching, and just thought I was going to have my children, maybe be a substitute teacher, not sure what I was going to do. And then we had our first child, Jessica. And Jessica was born with a rare chromosome abnormality, although we didn't know it at the time, but I knew that something wasn't right. And I'll go a little more into that later if you ask me a question. But Jessica's disabilities are extremely significant, and many families could have been torn apart and changed in a very negative way. But for us, it changed our trajectory in a very positive way. And not only for us, but we tried to bring that out to the community as well.
Are you tired of closed-minded programming? Well, look no further than PRN.Live, the home for progressive voices.